Alrighty, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for Wlbt Plus First Alert Weather Edition. We have issued that First Alert Weather Day for the day on Saturday, as we're talking about another threat for severe storms to push into our forecast. So, if you have any questions regarding your area, or if you have any questions regarding the storm system, I'll be happy to explain everything in as minute details as I can get into. Right now, we are going to turn our attention to what's going on across much of the area. For your Valentine's Day, it is a quiet look. We do have some passing clouds into the start of your day today, but we have that First Alert Weather Day for Saturday. Isolated showers are going to be possible into the evening. So if you do have dinner plans tonight, make sure you do keep your reindeer close by as you are going forward for any plans into your evening. Now, once we hit Saturday, severe storms are expected overnight. I wanted you to be aware that it's an overnight system that we're going to be tracking into the night on Saturday. Sunday, we'll talk about a massive cool off as we're going from the 80s on Saturday down to the 40s into Sunday. Again, a live view across much of the area showing you a very quiet look right now. We do have that chance for some stray showers and thunderstorms this afternoon and evening, but it's very cold right now across much of the area. 30 in Carthage, 38 in the metro, and 39 in Natchez, showing you that there's a little bit of a range. Some places are about or below freezing, and others into the upper 30s, low 40s as you are getting your day started. I feel like temperatures are making it feel a little bit cooler, so definitely grab the sweater as you are getting your day started. But again, all eyes turn your attention to Saturday. So let's break this down for you as you are getting going into your first alert forecast into Saturday. We are mainly going to be seeing just a couple of passing showers throughout the day on Saturday. Don't cancel any plans into the really morning or afternoon hours, as we'll stay relatively quiet. It's really after about 8 o'clock into the evening that we'll see the storm system roll into our forecast. The main things that we are going to be looking for are damaging winds and tornadoes possible into the day on Saturday evening and overnight hours. So again, that's our main threat that we're going to be tracking into the nighttime hour on Saturday. So what are the ingredients and what are the driving factors that we're looking for? Well, I also wanted to break that down for you. It's a strong cold front that is going to be making its way into our forecast into the day on Saturday. So we'll talk about what we're going to be tracking and looking for. Again, isolated showers and thunderstorms possible this afternoon, but in reality, Saturday morning. It all starts into the Saturday morning sounding. So the National Weather Service here in Jackson, they send a balloon, a very old-fashioned way to get data, but it works very well. And we'll get a sounding that basically tracks what we're looking into the atmosphere early into the morning. That will play a massive role. What data we get back in that will have a massive impact on the forecast of that day. So make sure you tune in into the forecast tomorrow morning for an updated look at what the atmosphere is really showing early in the morning and how that's going to play an impact into the night. They'll more than likely release another balloon into the evening hours just before that frontal boundary gets there. That one will have an even bigger impact to show you what exactly the atmosphere is showing and the capabilities that it's showing. Right now, it's looking like that we'll see a low cape, high shear environment, which basically means it will be more conclusive into helping those storm systems get going quicker and more rapidly intensify along that frontal boundary as that line encroaches onto much of central Mississippi. So that means quick spin up tornadoes, as well as a very well possibility for long track tornadoes with the system that we're going to be tracking. It's mainly going to be ahead of that line or on that line of storms. So once we get into the evening, you'll see that line of storms stretch well off to the west of us. It stays into much of Arkansas and Louisiana. They're under that enhanced risk as well. And then it pushes into our forecast. After about 8 o'clock, again, you see these little cells popping up ahead of that line. I want you to be mindful that some of those could easily spin up a quick tornado ahead of that frontal boundary, just like we saw kind of into the day on Wednesday, although this is a different pattern that we're really expecting a lot of these storms along the boundary to be a little bit more of a concern, more so into the day on Saturday night. So anywhere from areas west of I-55, you're looking at a good chance to see the severe weather anywhere from 8 p.m. to about 10 p.m. If you live along I-55, we're looking at it anywhere from about 10 o'clock into the afternoon, into the evening. I say afternoon, but in reality, it's the evening from 10 p.m. to about midnight from Saturday and into Sunday early morning. And then if you live to areas east of I-55 into into eastern Mississippi and western Alabama, you're more than likely going to be seeing the storm system roll in anywhere from midnight to about 3 a.m., depending on where you are in central Mississippi. So please make sure you have multiple ways to stay alert and aware. This is an overnight event. I want you to be mindful that this is not a washout for Saturday, not a washout for Sunday, overnight. So as you are going to sleep Saturday night, I want you to have ways to stay alert, have ways to stay aware. Turn your ringer on, please. Please do not get caught off guard by a warning that pops up around 1 or 2 in the morning. So please make sure you have ways to stay updated and aware. We're going to be keeping you updated and aware. We'll have full staff on deck at all times into the night on Saturday to make sure you're not caught off guard on air or online. So please make sure you are staying weather aware as we get going into the day on Saturday. Again, we talked about the environment that we're looking at. We talked about what we're expecting into Saturday. Yeah, it is Valentine's Day. You are getting your day going. So isolated showers are possible into the evening tonight. Again, we're trying to turn it into a little more of a light mood for you into the day today before we really focus on the fact that tomorrow we're looking at a very good chance for another round of strong storms to roll into the forecast. So please make sure you have ways to stay aware and alert into the day on Saturday night. So please do not take this event lightly. We're taking this event very serious. We've had team coverage all day today, and we're going to continue to have team coverage into the day tomorrow to make sure you're staying updated and aware. But right now, we're just going to see a big cool off from this cold front into the day on Saturday and Sunday. I'm talking a massive cold front. If we go into the 80s on Saturday to the 40s on Sunday, and then temperatures drop even cooler into next week. So we'll return to below average temperatures into next week. I just want to make sure that y'all are aware that as we get going into the day on Saturday, I see that comment, Kevin, where you said ain't going to do nothing. I promise you, we have a good chance of looking at some strong to severe storms. I wish I was able to pull up the sounding information onto. Let me see if I have that graphic real quick. I don't think I do. But the sounding information right now is showing increasing likelihood that we'll see stronger to severe storms, and all the data that we've looked at, every single model is showing us basically the same thing, where we're going to be talking about that threat of strong to severe storms. I can definitely pull out another model run here. Let me just go right over here real quick and look, because we're going to be talking about a good chance for that strong to severe storms. And I'll even walk through that model run one more time. I got nothing going on. So let's take a look at what we're going to be expecting. Yeah, actually, Kevin, someone was talking about ice next week. Yeah, I did. I have seen a couple of models, and let me pull out the long range model for you as we get going here. I'll put this up on the screen. Again, this is another look at what we're expecting Saturday. I'll pull up the long range model to see if it goes out into next week. If it doesn't, then I'll show you exactly what we're talking about for next week. Ice next week, more than likely not going to happen. As you do know, here in Mississippi, that doesn't happen quite often. You really need everything to look absolutely perfect. Let me see if it goes out. It's updating right now. This is probably the best look I can get you right now. And this is a look at Tuesday afternoon. The models are still updating early this morning, so this is as far out as it goes currently. Now, obviously, that can change. Let me see. There we go. Okay, I got you. So, again, this is the most recent model run into next week, and the rain is encompassing all of central Mississippi. There could be some snow or sleet off to the north, but to be honest with you, I just don't see it happening. I think that we'll still stay a little bit too warm for that type of wintry mix, but I think a very cold rain is still more likely. And Barbara, Sunday's weather be okay? Yes, ma'am. The Sunday weather forecast for here in central Mississippi, cold and windy as you get your day going. Highs will be into the upper 40s and low 50s. It's going to stay very chilly and very windy, and we're going to be looking at a good chance for just clearer weather into Sunday. Can I show the tornado map for Saturday? Yes, let me get that graphic for you pulled up real quick. And again, if y'all have any more questions, I don't mind answering, and running a little long on this morning. Let's see. Okay, here is a look at the storm potential as well as the tornado potential. So let me get that graphic pulled up for you real quick. Again, we're taking this event very serious. There's a very real risk that we do have that chance for long stretching tornadoes. The National Weather Service has made that very clear. All our forecasts are in agreement that we have a very good chance for that strong to severe storm. So here's a look at the tornado potential. It might look a little chalky right now just because of I'm going to be manually doing it. I don't have it set. So there's a lot of energy ahead of that boundary, ahead of that line of storms. So you might notice a little bit of those darker colors, not necessarily the whites, but the oranges and reds spreads. That's what we're looking for that threat of tornadoes and that tornado potential. So the ingredients are there. Again, that's really the main factor of what I want to say. It's very much and very likely that we see that the tornado energy has increased. That is right. The energy has been increasing since yesterday's graphic. So if y'all tuned in yesterday, you probably saw that the graphic was not really showing a lot of those heavier oranges around the time that boundary is rolling through. Now, I want you to be mindful. This forecast here has it moving in a little bit quicker. I think this one actually shows it at more of the around that normal speed. I'll get back to you on that time that it's going to be starting into. I'll get that graphic pulled up here in just a second as well. The time is mainly into the evening and overnight. So after about 8 p.m., depending on where you live. If you live back in the Southern Delta, you might see it around 8 p.m. to about 10 p.m. If you live along I-55, you're going to be around the time frame of about 10 p.m. to about midnight, and then areas to the east, midnight to about 2 or 3 in the morning. So here's a look at the significant tornado potential. This is the potential threat for tornadoes at a higher risk of becoming long track as well as very damaging tornadoes. So again, I want you to be mindful that even though the parameters aren't really showing any number, we're looking at the colors and it's showing us the colors. So I want you to be aware that it's still there. Again, we're talking about that good chance into the evening and overnight hours that we have a potential for stronger storms to push in the forecast. That goes for all of central Mississippi. If you have friends or family across the state, please give them a call, give them a heads up that we are looking at a stronger tornado threat for the day on Saturday compared to where we were looking at yesterday morning. So again, that's why we talk about take it with a grain of salt multiple days out, but also look at the forecast day by day. Because as we all know, things in the weather world love to change, especially here in Mississippi. They love to throw a wrench in any plans or any forecast that you might have thought was going to happen. But here's a rough summary. Again, I'll show this one last time, and then I'll head on out for the morning, and we'll give you another updated look at roughly 9:45, 10 o'clock this morning. Then we'll continue to track it throughout the day today. So again, this is a rough estimate of everything that we're forecasting. Almost the whole state of Mississippi is in that level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk for the day on Saturday. I expect it to be updated here in the next couple hours, and we'll give you another updated look in the night tonight and into the day tomorrow. This is the day 2 risk zone. So obviously day 1 risk zone, we'll have a pretty clear idea on everything that you need to know. But our main threats are for damaging winds and tornadoes possible anywhere from 8 p.m. to about 3 a.m. And I'm going to get that severe weather risk meter about really where we're looking at those storms to be pushing into the forecast. So 8 p.m. 3 a.m. is the main time frame. If you are going to bed, you all are going to bed, but when you go to bed, make sure you have your alerts turned on. You have ways to stay updated into the night on Saturday. That enhanced risk, a lot of people ask me, what does this mean when we see that enhanced risk? Well, we're talking about the main threats. Wind of up to 60-mile-an-hour winds or greater in some areas embedded in that line of storms. The tornado risk is still very moderate across much of central Mississippi. So we're really going to be focusing on the threat for our main threats of damaging winds and tornadoes into the day on Saturday, but mainly into the overnight hours. Hail and flash flooding are still threats just because of the amount of rainfall that we've seen. So please have multiple ways to stay alert. But that's all I got for you today. Again, we'll be back tomorrow to give you an updated look on the forecast, as well as tune in throughout the rest of the day today and all of our newscasts to make sure you have another updated look. Again, these things are going to be changing into the rest of the day today and tomorrow. So make sure you are staying alert and aware into the rest of the day today and tomorrow. So have a great Valentine's Day. Stay safe, stay weather aware, keep your reindeer close by into the forecast for the day today, especially if you do have any dinner plans with that special lady or special man. So make sure you are going forward into the day today with high hopes that the severe weather stays away from us into the night tomorrow, and make sure you enjoy the weekend and stay aware and stay alert into the night on Saturday. But for now, that's all I got for you. Make sure you have a great rest of your day today. And if you have any questions, reach out to me for anything else.